Once, in a small village by the sea, there lived a young fisherman named Elias. He was known for his skill with the nets and his ability to read the waves. But deep inside, Elias carried a heavy burden, a voice in his mind that whispered doubts. What if the storm comes and you fail? It would say. What if the other fishermen are better than you? What if you are not meant for this life? These thoughts followed him like shadows, even on the brightest days. Elias had heard stories of an old philosopher who lived in a cave on the cliffs above the village. They said this man had once been a great teacher in a faraway city, but had chosen solitude to think and write. One evening, as the doubts grew louder, Elias decided to climb the steep path to the cave. He needed answers. When he arrived, the old man, whose name was Lucius, was sitting by a small fire, writing on a scroll. Without looking up, he said, "You carry a weight that is not yours, fisherman. Sit and speak." Elias hesitated. "How did you know I was a fisherman?" Lucius smiled. "Your hands tell the story. Now, tell me yours." So Elias spoke. He spoke of the whispers that haunted him, the fear of failure, the constant comparison to others, and the sinking feeling that he was not good enough. Lucius listened in silence, his eyes fixed on the flames. When Elias finished, the old man remained quiet for a long moment. Then he spoke. "Self-doubt is not your enemy, Elias. It is a sign that you care deeply about what you do. But when it grows too loud, it becomes a cage. The key to stepping out of that cage lies in 3 truths. First, you must understand that doubt is a thought, not a fact. Second, you must learn to question it. And third, you must act despite it." Elias frowned. "But how? The voice feels so real." Lucius nodded. "Imagine you are on your boat, and a thick fog rolls in. You cannot see the shore, the waves, or even your own hands. Would you believe the fog is all there is? Or would you trust that the sea and the sky still exist beyond it?" "I would trust they are still there," Elias said. Doubt is like that fog. It clouds your judgment, but it does not change the truth. Your skill, your strength, your worth, these things remain even when you cannot see them. Elias thought about this. "But how do I make the fog lift?" "You do not wait for it to lift," Lucius replied. "You learn to navigate through it. When the voice whispers, 'You are not good enough,' ask it, 'Who decides what is good enough?' When it says, 'You will fail,' ask, 'What if I succeed?' Doubt loses its power when you challenge it. And then, most importantly, you must act. Every time you cast—" Elias left the cave that night with a lighter heart. The doubts did not vanish, but now he knew how to face them. Days passed, then weeks. Each time the whispers returned, he questioned them. Each time fear gripped him, he acted anyway. And slowly, something changed. The voice grew quieter. His hands grew steadier. One evening, as he pulled in a net full of fish, a young boy from the village watched in awe. "How do you do it?" the boy asked. Elias smiled. "The same way you learn to walk, one step at a time, even when you are afraid of falling." Years later, when Elias had become the most respected fisherman on the coast, he returned to the cave. Lucius was gone, but his words remained. Elias sat by the cold fire pit and whispered his thanks. He had learned that self-doubt never truly leaves. It is part of being human, but it does not have to be the master of your life. You can question it. You can act despite it. And in doing so, you discover that the strength you sought was inside you all along. The sea will always have storms. The mind will always have doubts. But just as the waves do not stop the sailor, doubt need not stop you. The key is to keep sailing.